What's up, men? Welcome to the Male Cartel podcast. Let's get started.
Do you think men are important? Like for what?
Men are not meant to be dominant. Men are meant to be submissive.
Life's too short to exercise. I'm just going to be honest.
It's okay to be fat.
Dispelling toxic masculinity and really redefining what it means to be a man. Men can cry. So it's okay to be weak. It's okay to be weak.
I'm telling you right now, not everybody wants to see you win.
You seem to be more woman than you are man. You don't have any manly qualities.
You give them this message that it's okay to be a man.
It's not okay, it's necessary. How are we going to do without men? You look around the city here, you see all these buildings go up, these men, they're doing impossible things.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Be a dangerous man. Being dangerous is not being a threat. They're two different things. You can't be a good man if you're not a dangerous man. You say one disrespectful thing to my wife, I am not only willing, but I'm able to inflict great bodily damage.
I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim. I can't explain it, but you better feel me. Winners win and losers lose. I can't explain it any better than that. I don't know how it happens, but winners win. And if you create a culture of losing, if you keep being a victim, if you keep letting losing happen to you, if you keep letting people do you and treat you any kind of way, it's going to become a culture. What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Here's your host, Nick and Shane.
So, Producer Carell, you want me to start?
Sure.
He said sure. Because we were just talking about basically pedophiles.
Yeah.
And you should kill your local pedophile.
Yeah. I think it's open. You don't even have to buy tags for them. Like they do deer. You can just pop them.
I saw someone on a reel the other day saying that this was a former police officer, that they needed to take all these pedophiles. And I think he was talking about like Diddy's list and Epstein's list and all that. And he was saying they need to put them head first in a tree grinder or whatever, and wood chipper, turn them into mulch. And everybody was like, no, put them feet first. That's how you chip up a pedophile.
Dude, I'm down with that. Sign me up.
Gavin has a shirt. It's got Mickey Mouse on it with an AR-15, and it says "Kill your local pedophile."
Dang, does he get a lot of heat for it?
Not that I know of.
Man,
he's had a lot of people say they love it.
So I will say this. I tell my wife all the time. I was like, listen, if you ever go to court for hurting somebody really bad, or perhaps killing somebody, but we'll say hurting someone severely bad for, assaulting your kid or your wife, causing harm to them in any kind of way, was it sexual or just physical or whatever stuff, ain't nobody going to throw you in jail. At least down here.
Not in Georgia, nope.
No, it literally, everybody's out there like, that sounds good to me.
Yep.
That I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
Well, but you see up in places like New York.
Oh, yeah.
Like with that, is it Danny Penny? Danny, I forget his first name, but his last name's Penny. Yeah, to even be that close to where he had a hung jury over trying to protect people. Get out of liberal cities like that.
Yeah, I just came from New York too, so it was good food. Did some mission work. Got to see a bunch of Christmas lights and all the things. Man, almost saw a fist fight between women.
Nice,
and they were using cuss words like old '80s cuss words too. So I was like, dog,
cuss words.
Old '80s cuss words. I was like, whoa, they're making a comeback. And our team was like, oh, let's stay down here. And I was like, I really want to see a fight, So
did you put them on World Star?
No, but it was like, dude, literally, if they had 4 words, like trying to make a sentence, really or not, they're just like, blah, 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 blah. There was a cuss word in each one. Every four words was a cuss word, and most of them were like, dang, I hadn't heard that word in a long time. It's making a comeback. And other ones, then they threw that cuss word back to that lady. So one lady threw the cuss word back to that lady, to the other lady, and added another cuss word. It's almost like playing poker. And I see you one up with a this cuss
Call
word.
your bluff.
Yeah. So it's like, oh no. I will stand right here. I will sit right here in my vehicle. And dude, they were like nose to nose. And I was like, do they not see the police up there with the lights?
They're too high.
You've got to go this way past the police. You probably won't be able to sit here, and he's just going to come and, it's just normal. So it's like, the police down here, yeah, you probably get thrown in a police car. Like, seriously. But there, it's nothing like that, man. It's just a different world.
They want that bed, the roof, and 3 square meals.
Yeah.
Oh, they probably wouldn't arrest them there.
Oh, they would not arrest them. They wouldn't do anything.
They don't have enough space.
Well, it's just different. It's a different culture up there. So, but what'd you do this past week?
Well, I mean, it's been quite the week. I came back last week from He Restores My Soul conference that our Hope Danville church put on location, and that was good. And then got home about Tuesday, was just kind of playing catch up and getting things ready for Sunday. And then on Friday, got a call from a group called Key of Hope, and they are from South Africa. And so it's a bunch of kind of children up to teenagers, and they have some chaperones. And so about a group of maybe about 36 people total with the founder and everything. And so they had a last minute kind of cancellation. And so they called us up and just asked, is there any possibility we'd be interested in bringing them in? So we just gave them the whole service, and it was phenomenal. It was, I mean, the joy on these kids' faces, and they come out of scenarios and families where, as children, they're HIV positive, and they say Durban, South Africa is one of the most violent and dangerous places in the world.
Yeah.
And that's their experience. And to see the joy that the Lord has brought and has, in their life, not only through being discipled, but also just in what this group is able to help them with, was just phenomenal. And they were good. Like, the choir was really good. I think our church was blessed by it.
Producer Carell was blessed by it. It unlocked something, bro.
He said,
well, Wakanda. When I came in, bro. He's wearing a Black Panther shirt today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marvel. It's crazy.
And he was ready to move to Wakanda.
I know.
Until I told him they don't live in Wakanda.
He would have been a good producer down there.
He would. He said he could do it over the internet, though.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go hug African children. He wants to hug American children and just do it over the internet. So
okay,
produce music for him.
I would pray for his heart. But the Publix lady, there's got to be a reason he want to stay here. It's not to work at your church and be next to you. It's probably a little ladybug.
That's true.
Probably
which we thought we figured out, but apparently that woman, we won't say who, but apparently she is married. But man,
whoa!
I've never had a married woman say, "That's my Nick," and you're so handsome or whatever. I mean, that's like, man.
Do you think? Well, there's a lot of single ladies because guys die quick in Africa, so there's probably just a whole slew of them. And in there, you can have multiple wives, probably.
And I bet
he get about 7 of them.
Oh yeah,
and 7 is the Lord's number.
And I think in Africa, polygamy may be okay, even biblically. I don't know.
So you can just say culturally.
Say,
I'm just
all things to all people.
That's right.
And they probably fit his description of being fit.
Oh,
because remember he said he wanted a fit woman. Because if you look at like Kenyans and all that, they're fit. They run. They're fast.
6-packing it up.
They're fast. So
yeah, would you ever, Carell, just nod your head. Would you ever date a woman who has a 6-pack? That she has a 6-pack, bro. Like she has a ripped 6-pack. Literally a 6-pack.
Like,
well, you would have to be in shape to have a 6-pack.
I guess. But
so he said
he wouldn't know because until he gets married, he shouldn't be looking at her pack.
No, she's worshiping Jesus. Her shirt comes up, crop top, and then you can see a 6-pack. And you're like, dog. That'd be kind of weird. Wouldn't it be weird?
Yeah.
If your wife was 6-pack.
What if
my wife doesn't have a 6-pack? But if she did, it'd be like, I guess it'd be okay. Because I'm pretty fit.
She takes care of herself, yeah.
I'm pretty fit too.
Well, producer Carell, what if she has a good personality, but she has a keg?
Yes. What if she What
She
if
loves
she's-
Jesus,
and she lights up the sky with her smile?
but she has more of a keg than a six pack.
Yeah, she got a little bit of chub. She's not thick. She's like thick like one of those PDQ milkshakes when PDQ used to be out, where you can't even
Where you
drink,
have to have the
suck
big
it through
straw.
You gotta have
the
a giant
big
straw because it's so thick.
What
if she
about
was
that?
like that? Would you?
What if she loved Jesus?
And she's pretty in the face.
It's just a yes or no. It's not a next.
Yeah.
We never covered this one.
I think with his smile right now, I think he wants to say yes.
Yes.
But he's acting hard. He has a goatee. So goatee changes you.
It's
personality.
True. It does.
Automatically.
Yeah.
You turn to a hard individual.
I think he's
bald
turning
head
red.
and a goatee. People look mean.
Yeah.
Like they look like you can fight everybody.
True. I mean, I'm actually feel threatened right now.
Man.
I feel like if we keep talking about this, he's probably going to beat both of us up.
Dang.
We won't even make it out of the studio.
Well, we need to be quiet. Change subject. Producer
Merry
Carell's, he's always a good sport. That's messing with him.
He is. Yeah, this show would not be what it is
without him.
Without producer.
That's
Carell.
what I said. I put it on Facebook. That was really cool numbers. And through the Facebook, and I put proud of you, Nicholas, and then Carell's is. And so
yeah, it made me feel bad because I didn't say I was proud of anybody. I was just
No.
I was just celebrating.
Well, somebody has to celebrate, another one has to do that's why we work good together. I mean, you're really polished.
You're the words of affirmation guy, and I'm just the. Let's
you celebrate.
keep moving forward.
But see, dude, you're smarter than me, and two, I'm not very smart. So we all work. You're the brains. I'm the brawn. That's why we work good together. It's not yin and yang. It's yin and yang.
Yin yang what?
Yin yang. Got a yin yang. No, check this out. When I was in
you were in
New York,
Chinatown.
I was in Chinatown. Listen, literally, it unlocked something from the '80s in me as I was walking, and I was thinking,
the '80s never died in New York. You got '80s curse words, and now what do we have from the '80s,
bro? We went in, we're eating Chinese, and the guy, they don't speak no English.
It's Chinatown.
Yeah. So we have a guy who's phenomenal, and he grew up in Chinatown, so he's talking, and I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. But the guy comes to me, and he puts a plate down, and I say, "What's up, boss? Appreciate you." And then he goes, "Boss." So he called me boss the whole time, and I was like, "Cool." So I wanted dumplings because of Kung Fu Panda. He eats dumplings, and so I eat that. And I asked for some Chinese chicken wings. That's an American thing. That's not a real. They don't do that. They eat like meat on a stick. But we had we had the Hong Kong type of atmosphere, so we didn't have that type of food. So, but we did have rice. We had like smorgasbord. But dude, they brought out a duck, bro.
A duck
with its head chopped off, cooked, and I was like, "We about to eat a duck." And they started carving up the duck in front of you and putting it on this like doughy sandwich. It looked like a biscuit that never was cooked.
Yeah.
So just like doughy. And then they slide a little piece of the meat in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do a bunch of those. And then they put it out. They take the meat back. They cut the meat off of the chicken. And then the duck. They put it on the plate and they put it in the middle of the. And so I was like,
was it good?
No, I didn't enjoy it. I was like, dang, I didn't enjoy the dumpling either, man. I was like, I kind of feel nauseated. Like I'm not good with food.
But you got to eat
rice
it.
Was
You're
dude,
on a foreign mission.
I
trip.
did. I ate it, bro. I ate every bit of it. And then I ate the rice, which was amazing.
You would have offended them.
And then the lo mein, whatever it's called, the noodles. It has shrimp and stuff in there. I'm not really fond of like the chicken and the shrimp and stuff in there. And it tasted kind of fishy. I don't like fish. And so fried shrimp, but not fish. And so I really didn't. I ate a little bit of that because I wanted to try everything. Only thing I didn't try was the fish that came out with the eyeballs. That fish was just looking at me like, "What's up, bro?" And I was like, "I ain't eating that." And so the best thing on the plate, I could have just had rice and the sweet and sour pork.
You think
literally,
it's pork?
It was amazing. Like
that's street rat.
Dude, yeah, listen, it was the best street rat I ever had. Listen, the bell peppers and stuff that they had on that was amazing. And I love that. And I was like, I should have got my own plate of that and my own thing of rice. I'd have been happy, even though I don't really care for rice. I'm not a big rice guy. But
did you see any rats?
Listen, I ain't seen not one rat, but everybody saw him in the subway, and they were like, "Look at the rat!" And I go to look at it, no rat.
I need to show you the photo of the rat that we found dead on the basketball court in Baltimore.
Yeah, I need to see that.
Huge.
So what I will say though is that I took a picture of some sparrows, little birds.
Did
when
you
it was
sing His Eyes
10,
on the Sparrow?
No, I know that song, but it was 10. It was feels like 11 degrees outside, and the wind was blowing 30 miles an hour. And so I was like, "That's them two sparrows." One sparrow looked like he was like trying to con his friend, the other sparrow, for some feathers. And he was like, "Hey, bro, hook me up." And it was cold, man. Like when I'm saying cold, with the wind blowing, it was like cold. Like I had layers, I have all the things, but it was literally so cold. But back to Chinatown. It was fun, man. That was like fun seeing all the Chinese stuff, and I loved it, man.
Yeah.
You know how you and I, we grew up in Corel too. Like grew up in the 1900s in a time and place where Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, everything's like Sidekick was a TV show, Karate Kid. You know, there's so many different. You remember the Three Ninjas with Hulk Hogan? I mean, there's always even the little sidekick to Indiana Jones had do karate.
Did you ever see the American Ninja?
American Ninja, yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
Oh, yeah.
All those movies.
Yeah. So it was fun. I don't know why I brought that up, but it was fun.
Well, when you mentioned about the guy calling you boss, it reminded me. Boss. You know what makes me feel uncomfortable?
What?
When a stranger, a stranger black man calls me boss. Have you ever had that happen?
All right. I'm going to tell you something that you think is funny. So we had these kids that came to church about.
I mean, Carell can call me boss, but I am his boss.
Yeah. 9 years ago, I was at, kid you not, this sounds super funny now. And the time I was like, okay, abort mission. I was talking to a group of kids that were like in the foster care system, and they got brought to church. And they only came that Sunday because it was like family was in town and all this weird stuff. And so I was trying to make small talk. They were like closed off, dude. And two of the boys were kind of like, you can tell they really love like the hip hop culture, and they're like, you could tell that they wanted to be edgy, and they probably was because they were in foster care and all this other stuff. And so just really hard up, want to be. I thought it was like more like a want to be thug, like I'm hard, you know. And so we started comparing stories with them when I was in South Augusta. And finally got the guy, one of the kids, teenager, he's probably 17, got him to where like he would talk to me, you know, and we're like, cool. And I walked to his brother, who was like 15, but bigger than him, and looked older, but he's 15. I was like, dog, you 15? I said, what you doing, man? And he was like, nah, school, man. Nah, I'm just school's rough. And I said, school's rough? I said, man, them jokers are slave drivers, aren't they? And I was like, oh, no. Why did I say that? No. And he looked at me and I said, bro, that was super awkward. I said, that is a saying, but it's not implying anything else. And he goes, nah. And then that was it, man. I was like, okay, time to abort. All right, made a boo-boo. I said something I should not have said. And in normal context, even my friends, they would come back, you know, but there was no coming back from that. Not with him.
Now I've held doors open
boss.
for guys.
I would feel a little weird.
Thank you, boss. And I'm just like, where did that originate from? I wonder if they do that amongst their own, you know, race or other races, you know, other nationalities. It just feels weird.
It does feel weird.
Like, thank you, boss. Appreciate it, boss. It's just like, I'm not your boss.
I say it all the time. And that and cuz. I appreciate you, cuz.
Well, it's okay. I get. It doesn't seem as awkward if a white, but I don't get it from white people. I don't. You know, it's weird.
I get it
and
from you. I'll say it to you.
Do it.
I call everybody boss at church, and they hate it too.
Well, that'll make it feel a little bit better.
Okay. Like, what's up, boss? What you doing, bro? Boss man, the big boss man, WWE in the house. What's up?
When I was a student pastor, I had some guys grew up in Columbia County, Evans, Georgia, that, you know, well off, got everything they want, everything they need, and they wanted to act like they were from the streets. So I took them to Harrisburg, where I grew up, and they were locking the doors because I'm opening the door, getting out. I'm in a blacked out dark alley behind houses. And I pull over and open the door. I'm like, come on, get out. I'll go. We can walk around. I'll show you where I grew up. And they're locking their doors, ducking below the windows. I said, I thought y'all were from the streets. I thought y'all were hard. What's going on? And so I finally got back in. I said, a little bit different, isn't it? Growing up, going to Evans and
drop them off at 6 p.m. in the afternoon and say, I'll drop you off here. I'll see you at the Civic Center.
Yeah. Yep.
They wouldn't do that.
Well, when I managed a substance abuse program, there was some programs in the Harrisburg area, and the guys who were actually serious about their rehab did not want to go because there was so much drugs and stuff. They knew where it was. They knew the temptations. They would want you to drop them off and pick them back up so that they were not walking through that area. That's how bad it was. And that's where I grew up. Yeah. I didn't grow up there. It's one of the places the 13 places I lived in 17 years. So,
hey, speaking of you living, Mama Carnes, she got to hook me up with that sweet potato pie, sweet potato casserole.
Sweet potato casserole.
Yep, she said she would. I saw it on the Facebook. It's a binding contract when she replied. I was like, it's on now.
I need to arrange where she can get it to you, because I told her, I said I would get her the supplies so she could make you one. I said, but I might get you enough supplies. You can also make me one. And so I said, so anyway, what I need to do is arrange it to where when we're together,
we can just eat our pie and it's hot.
She can bring it and it's hot. Because I mean, it's okay reheated, but it's best when it's like fresh baked, so I have to see if we can arrange that. So next week is next Monday, the 16th. Is that the 16th?
16th.
Yeah, that's my birthday. So if we're recording with Brian next week, which we've got him tentatively scheduled, maybe for my birthday I can tell her on when we're recording that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I would like one, and she could bring it.
Hey, I'm down, bro. Down like a clown next Wednesday.
For my birthday. Instead of a birthday cake, I want sweet potato casserole.
Let's go, dude. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm excited about having Brian on too. So
yeah,
you're gonna host that because Brian. You know what the questions I ask. I'll just like chime in on the backside a whole lot and interrupt him the whole time and ask certain questions.
And there's one thing I've already told him we would like to hear from him that I think would be.
Is it the husband and wife and the roles?
The head. And I think that would be a sufficient part of the podcast because it's so entailed. But no, it's gonna be, I think it'll be good.
I'm down. I'm down. That'd be a good episode too. So it will actually be a really good episode because I think the men be something to listen to and to really study and put your mind to it, and then you can just reset things in your home, and then maybe sit down with your bride before, excuse me, so that you can kind of reset things, and then we're coming to a whole new year, 2025, and so you can get a head start on it and go into the new year really like with some momentum, coming off the blocks, if you will, a little track analogy.
Well, that's it would be awesome, and we're recording next week, so it'd be great if we do have it out by then, because it is. I'll just say this much: when he shared it at our marriage retreat, there were several people that were basically repenting and like, "Hey, I need to do this right." So it's very impactful what he shared there. Now, podcast format's a little bit different than in a retreat, but it's the content, it's the truth, and so I think it would be great for people to start their year with. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Boom. Let's go.
Well, Merry Christmas. This is actually our, I guess, Christmas bonus episode, you might say, Christmas episode. And we started off talking about pedophiles.
Yep. Yep. That's a little rough, guys.
That's how we do it.
Yep. We're keeping it honest, though. What do you have today? I know you have a few things.
Well, because we're talking about Christmas. Well, first of all, I had sent you a couple things. We hadn't done like a flex your pecs or a mansectomy in a while. One of the funniest things for the Mansectomy award. So if you're fairly new listening to us, we did a couple of bits early on called the Mansectomy Award and the Flex Your Pecks Award.
Yep. We need to do a better job in 2025 doing this.
Yeah.
because I think our listeners really love it. So,
and also highlighting just some news surrounding men.
Yeah,
that's really where this originated from. But I'll start with the Mansectomy first.
I'm looking at it right now, bro.
It is the men's cuddling group aims to redefine masculinity and heal trauma. The 2-year-old group draws men from various backgrounds. A 37-year-old Mormon who works as an airport gate agent, a 57-year-old married father of 3, a 62-year-old retiree. What you think about that?
I think it's lame, but you see that comment that's in there? You want to read that comment?
Well, that's who posted it. It's from
Okay.
It's Not the Bee. So if you know the Babylon Bee, that's the
well, it says the final boss.
Right. The final boss of men's cuddling group is Tim Walls.
That's so funny.
So the Babylon Bee is a parody site, but It's Not the Bee is legitimate news.
Yeah.
But it's also stuff like this. It's like where people might think they're joking. It's not.
Just gonna be honest. Them boys are gay. That's all I can say. Like, I literally think there's some gay genes in there. Like,
they're on the down low.
It's on the DL, man. They have a lean-to.
The 57-year-old married father of 3.
I mean, it don't mean nothing. It's cover up.
I would be cuddling with my wife.
Bro.
What to heal from trauma? I can cuddle with my wife.
Now, maybe it's a father trauma, but listen, I have father trauma, and I don't want to go hug on no boys like that.
So does he cuddle and hug and call him daddy?
Yeah, hey, what's up, father?
Daddy.
Father dear. Squeeze me tight, father.
Papa.
I love your hairy armpits, father.
Would you hug me, Papa?
Yeah. Nah. My sons, yes, but these guys, nah.
Big
man.
Papa?
Yeah. So, all right, man.
I wonder if they talk like they're little boys.
Hey, Papa.
Hey, Papa, please don't
Papa,
don't hit me, Papa.
Papa, please. Isn't that a Madonna song?
They
don't
said-
preach. Papa don't cuddle, bro. Let's go. Hey, listen. Don't join no huddle. If you see a little cuddling group, man, on the Facebook, run. All right, do flex your pec. I'll do flex your pecs.
You do flex your pecs.
Oh yeah, flex your pecs. This is a really good one. I'm gonna pull it up. This was on Fox News. And the title says, "Husband leaps onto polar bear that lunged at his wife in surprise attack." And so the man was injured after he jumped on top of a polar bear in northern Canada. So apparently, a guy went around a couple rounds with a polar bear to save his wife. And if that's you, good sir, you are phenomenal, and you deserve all the accolades and everything else.
So it says husband leaps onto polar bear that lunged at wife in surprise attack.
Mm-hmm.
So was the surprise attack from the husband on the polar bear because the polar bear didn't know as he was attacking the wife that the husband was going to attack him?
Well, it says a Canadian man leaped into the defense of his wife after the polar bear lunged towards her in a dramatic ambush by the animal in rural Ontario.
So the animal ambushed her, but I wonder, was the husband in the tree and Rambo style leap onto its back? Because I do know it said that he sustained some injuries, I think.
Yep.
But then a neighbor came out with a gun or something and shot the bear, and then it later died or something like that?
It doesn't. I don't know if it says that.
That might have been another article I read.
Oh, yeah. No, it says a neighbor arrived with a gun and shot the bear several times. After being shot, it retreated into nearby woods where it died.
Yeah.
So
good job, husband.
Yeah. I mean, two things to know. One, you need to ask yourself, are you prepared to fight a polar bear for your wife?
Right.
Okay. So if you're
willing
to
instinct, man. It's got to be something
if you're willing to fight a polar bear for your wife, you should fight anybody that's here because ain't nobody beating a polar bear.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two, don't live in Canada.
There
you get jumped by polar bear, you just hanging out. What's up, producer Corinne? And also the polar bear comes out. You know. All right. So Nicholas, would you fight a polar bear for Kirill?
For Carell?
For producer Carell. If a polar bear decided to ambush, we talking about the most apex predator in North America. Apex predator.
Yeah.
They're 3 months old, can smell blood for like 2 miles.
Yeah.
They're the land version of a shark.
Yeah.
Goes to attack producer Carell. Lunges. What are you going to do?
You know, if I answered questions like Carell, I'd go next. I mean, he won't even answer my question whether or not he won't even answer my question whether or not he would date a woman who has a great personality, loves Jesus, but has a keg. He said next. And I'm supposed to defend that? I'm supposed to protect that? I would, because he's a human. I think I would put myself between anything, but that's just how I'm wired. So I definitely would for my family, but chances are I would. Yes.
What's your first move against the polar bear? What would you do?
I would
first three.
I would probably
your combo. What's your combo?
Well, so if he is attacking, he's got his back turned.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I'm attacking from behind.
Okay, I like that.
So I'm jumping on it. I'm probably jumping on his back, trying to choke it out, and then I would go for the eyes.
Boom.
But you know he's going to be shaking, so you're going to have to hold on like a daggum bull rider.
That's right.
Because you know he's going to be. He's now going to be trying to shake you off, and then he's got his claws. So I'm just imagining I'm jumping on his back, and I would hope Carell would run away, not cower there in fear. See, that's the thing is, you could go save someone, and if they're sitting there like, oh no, and you could curled up in a ball, maybe wetting their pants or something like that, then you've wasted your life. For someone who's now going to get eaten.
That's right.
So now he gets 2 for the price of 1. So my hope would be I'm jumping on his
combo meal, bro.
I'm jumping on his back. He's got the breast and the thigh. He's got the white meat and the dark meat.
Hey.
So my hope would be, and I would probably be doing that. I would probably be saying run, you know, as I'm on his back. What would you do?
Dude, probably just like you, if his back's turned, if I'm from the side, I'm probably going to punt his face as far as I can punt it. I'm going to run up and punt that joker, and then I'm going to jump on his back, like literally, and try to do the same thing, choke him out. That's it. And then you just hope for the best. I feel pretty good that if I can get my arms around him, but I don't know how flexible they are. If that paw is so long, it would just scratch you.
Right. Is he like a bodybuilder where he can't touch his back? Or is he?
No, I think they're long. I think they can. I think they can arm.
Yeah.
I think he's going to wind up.
You're going to have to take some gashes.
Yeah, you're going to have to be prepared.
For the
pain. If he bites you, it's going to go through bones. So be prepared. But I think if you're from the side view, I think if you punt them, I think it can buy some time. But they're not known to retreat.
Yeah.
So like you can get a brown bear or even a grizzly bear, brown bear, a black bear for sure. But a lot of the animals, if you just went up and kicked the living daylights out of it, and where it
it's only going to make them matter.
Yeah, it will like maybe cause harm, and they don't want a predator doesn't want to get injured for prey. It's that risk and reward type of thing. But a polar bear knows no enemies. Like it's not fearful, so it's going to keep attacking. And they're done.
This is what you got to think about. I mean, that's why I said you got to go for the eyes. You almost got to blind it. Something that would cause it to possibly run away. But I've seen videos of like grizzlies fighting each other with their own claws. I mean, these, like, if you think you're going to hurt it without some kind of weapon, you're not.
3.5. Yeah.
I mean, they're literally clawing each other, and they're still fighting.
Yeah, 3.5 inches is their claws. So you like they're your only hope is definitely the weak points and
a neighbor coming out with a gun.
Yeah,
that man probably would have been killed.
Yeah,
had it not been for the neighbor. But he was willing to die for his wife.
Yeah, man. So Your Pecks goes to old boy from Canada. Yeah.
Would you attack a polar bear for your wife if you were married?
He that is a fact statement. There's no cap in that. Producer Carell
So there's
said
no black people in Canada. Wow, that's amazing.
Carell
so
said
what he said,
no black people would be in Canada.
That's amazing.
Brown polar
black
bears.
people aren't allowed. What he said was black people aren't allowed in Canada. Apparently, because they would be nowhere near where a polar bear would be.
There are just some things that black people don't do, man. Like, I don't see a lot of black people at haunted houses handling snakes. Listen,
Hold on, you've never been to a haunted house? No, you've been at there was a photo you posted several years ago of you at a haunted house. Okay.
All right, check this out. You know this to be true, too.
You do know bears can go up into like rural area, like urban areas. Yep. It happens here. In Canada.
So
black people aren't in Canada.
All right, so here's the truth too. Like, if you ever go to like a nature exhibit and they want to bring out snakes and alligators and stuff like that, small baby ones, watch the person who does it. They're never brown skin, never, unless you're in Mexico, and that's other than that. But there's none. There's no one. There's just some things that it's just a cultural. It's just a cultural thing. Like, you just don't.
What about all these pictures of black people in Canada?
Yeah, they're like probably from Jamaica.
And my phone is racist because when I went to Google this, you know, it's supposedly a smartphone. It said black peoples in Canada. So it's trying to make fun of how people talk.
How we talk.
Being black in Canada. There's a whole show on YouTube called Being Black in Canada.
Because it's not like predominant. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Canada's black population.
Oh yeah, it'd be like yeah. What is it called? Where you alone? Yeah, it ain't no black people alone. There's none, dude. It's always that crazy white people, and the girls always got like a nose ring, or they're just kind of weird. They kind of look like.
Well, you tell that to Ray Livingston because he's black and he was on the Alone cast.
Yeah, out of all the seasons, multiply it by how many people that were on the season.
Tell that to Desmond.
There's probably been 100 of people that have been in Alone, and probably less than 5 are black. Tell
that to Ray Getz.
Yep.
Tell that to Larry.
Ray Getz. That's a white person's name.
Well, he's black.
Getz.
His mom might have been white.
That sounds.
Tell that to Larry. No, Larry. Never mind. That's Larry blacks out. So I don't know if he put on blackface or if what happened.
It sounds
there.
like he's racist.
So yeah, there's black people also on Survivor shows.
Yeah, there's just some things you don't really see. You don't see. It's just weird. I feel that, Corell. I'll send in the gap for you on that. That is it's just weird. There's just some things people don't do. And so y'all don't know this, but producer Corell and I, we always send.
Here's a black man holding a snake and a black girl petting it.
Oh, that's a fake image. That's an AI. That is not true.
No,
that is not true, bro. Dude, that can't be true.
Right there's a black woman.
Nope, that's a fake. That's an AI.
Y'all are stereotyping. Look at this man. Look at that man.
Oh yeah. Well, if they're a superstar, they probably got if they played a sport, they got exotic. Listen, then I'll say this: you're gonna have some weird exotic stuff if you have a nose ring. If you got a nose ring, you literally are saying to everyone else, hey, I do some wild stuff, bro. That's what you're saying. You got a nose ring? If you're a girl, that's what you're saying. You're saying, hey, I'm up for anything. If you're a guy, you got a nose ring, you're basically saying, I'm up for anything.
What about all these black kids holding a anaconda?
That's probably if it's anaconda, it's South America. And so they're natives. They're not.
Oh, so you're saying white black people, American black people are
Nick, it's probably time to
American black
gears,
people,
bro.
American black people are
different.
Different?
Yes.
They're more scared.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
That's sad.
I am saying that.
That is sad.
Producer Corell can correct me, but I think I'm correct.
I think that's stereotyping.
Yeah, I that's just me. I have known too many. Yeah, there's just some things that so here's another thing.
So is it passed down then? Because it's got to be learned behavior.
It's a cultural thing.
Because if in like Africa they are used to living with wild exotic animals.
This is a culture. It's got to be that.
So it's got to be taught.
So when I would
break out of the lessons.
I was at a local school. I always bring donuts. I did a Bible study, all this other stuff. I decided to do, and then literally, your son Gavin, he came to it with the football team. We got about 60 people. I decided to get some donuts, and I kept a bin. And in the bin, a plastic bin, I'd have honey buns, all this other stuff. So I went to buy Sam's, and I got a bunch of trays of honey buns, the big jumbo honey buns, the good kind. And then I got pastries, cherry and cream cheese and regular cream cheese. Had all those in a bin. We run out of the donuts, we open the bin, and so people can have it. Or if they want to eat to go, take it with them. Did you know when it was done, there was no honey buns, but they were cream cheese. So I brought up the football team. Hey, wow, this is the best. This is better than a honey bun. Like, I love the cream cheese stuff like that. And they said this is verbatim from them. I'll always, and so this changed everything how I bought food that day. Moving forward, they said, Coach, black people don't eat cream cheese. We eat the honey buns. I don't know if that's true or not.
I've seen him eat cheesecake, and that's made with cream cheese, right? Okay.
But these are teenage boys, and they are all like, and then they start getting on to me. Hey, Coach, like, they just gave me the hardest time of like saying I'm cultural, and I was like, you should know this, Coach, and all this other stuff. I was like, it's my bad, man. Sometimes I have, but honestly, I grew up, even in South Augusta, we grew up, or my friends who were brown skinned, they eat anything if it was free. But these guys, they had free. And when it ran out, they chose not to eat anything versus to have a cream cheese Danish or a cherry and cream cheese Danish. They chose not to eat because they don't eat cream cheese. Isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just so weird. It's weird. That's news to
news to him.
Yeah,
And
it's weird, man.
He's an older black man. So
yeah. So then maybe the younger guys.
I want to hear from any of our other brown skin, black skin audience.
Let us know, man.
That
what's up?
What is the stereotypes correct? Because I don't think Carell meets all the stereotypes you would say about a black person.
Oh,
I think
100%.
he's even said that among his own family.
Yeah.
So,
I would agree.
Yeah.
Hey, first of the year, we need to do a segment where we just pick on all white people.
Oh, we got plenty.
We got plenty of that. So, and then Carell can just laugh because a lot of this, it's true. So, all right, Christmas edition, man. I just want to say Merry Christmas to you, Nicholas. Merry Christmas to you, producer Carell. This is our second Christmas together, and so somehow I thought we went to Duke's. Did we go to Duke's barbecue for Christmas last year? Maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't.
It was the cooler season, but I thought it was maybe after. I don't know. It might have been first of the year or something like that.
It might have been that. Well, it's here. So Christmas is here. I'm excited. A lot of things going on. I know in your church, mine, and it's busy season and all that. But
seems like we always say that about church.
Yeah, for real. But you know what, though? We're here to help men today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're to help women, too, our listeners. And so what you got for us today when it comes to Christmas?
Well, so real quick, I found this little article. I thought it would be fun to kind of discuss. It was, and then I have lost it. No, here we go. The 5, talking about, what gifts guys like to receive or whatever. So this was like a rule. And because, I'm kind of at that stage where I love to receive gifts, but even when I get money, I'm kind of content. It's like, what else do I need? Yeah. So I'll save it. I'll hold on to it. A lot of times spend it on the family. We've talked about that.
Yep.
So this was what someone put out on the internet. Actually, it looks like they're from Key of Hope. Sounds like it. Osasari Okunlui. So they may be from South Africa.
Let's go.
So anyway, they talk about the 5 gift rule to limit spending on Christmas presents to loved ones, and this is particular for men. So the first one is something they want. The second is something they need, something to wear, something to read, and the 5th is something like they want or need, but they don't know it.
Okay,
that's the real surprise package. So this sounds like they're talking about getting somebody 5 gifts.
Okay,
but
5 gifts.
It also allows them a guideline of something they want, something they need, something to wear, something to read, and something they want or need but don't know it.
So we're just going down the list. So men, what was the first one again?
Something they want.
Something they want.
I can only think
women?
of one thing.
Yeah, I can only think of one thing that men want. from
they won't.
their wife. And if they don't have
I think
a
it's
wife,
free.
well, if they don't have a wife,
Well,
then
married men.
If you're unmarried, then what they want is probably whatever they spend a lot of time doing. And so if it's fishing,
maybe we should
it could be fishing
scripted.
or working out. It could be whatever they're like a hobby. But if you're a married man, there's really only gift that's suitable.
And it's free.
Free, don't cost you but just a little bit of time.
Absolutely. And you could actually get creative. And you could do you could make a coupon for
get a coupon.
You could
wanna say
be like
all the men know what it is.
Oh, sex? I'm afraid to say it. But you could
I didn't say
but you could
afraid.
you could do a coupon around sex for various different things that could be cashed in at any time. Or you could do a
spice
like
up the
here's
marriage.
a 30-day unlimited pass whenever, wherever, however,
Make
whatever.
it fun, dude. Make it fun.
Absolutely.
Make it fun.
And it doesn't cost anything. And I guarantee you, no married husband who has a good relationship with his wife and isn't cheating would get that and go, this is it.
Bro, if I got one that said, free whatever, not free, but like free.
You don't have to pay me this time.
No, but like any, any able to be used at any time.
Right.
And there's 3. You have 3 of them. And if I had 3 of those and use anytime, then I'm like, that's like, ha. I'll wait till there's a dry spot. You know what I mean? And it's like, not in the mood, cashing in. You're not in the mood tonight? Well, guess what? Bam.
Got a headache tonight? Bam.
Boom. Come on. Let's go. That's awesome.
So it's kind of like a movie pass card.
It is. Like back in the day, they had a movie pass.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So now you got unlimited Regal, but
that's right.
Yeah.
Man.
Problem solved. Something they need.
Something they need. Okay.
What's something all men need?
Yep. Sometimes that is what they need for sure.
No, it's not sometimes. That's how God wired men.
That is how, but sometimes I'd rather just want to have quiet. Quiet. So we can get like a free pass of quietness. Like I do something wrong. You can't get on, you can't say, I don't, this is a car ride. I'm cashing it in now. Go be quiet. The whole
in the middle
car
of a
ride.
long conversation, be like,
this is getting too deep right now. Boom.
I want to cash this in.
Yep. I wonder some of these men in our life, your dad and Daddy Mike and them would say hopefully they think it's funny.
So
But
you may have to use them back to back because if your wife's telling you something and you use a quiet card,
and then
you're
cash
gonna
in
then
the
have
other
to
card.
cash in the.
And then disclaimer says it may not be used with multiple coupons. Yeah, I think it's something that even I think it's something funny, like or maybe more practical to literally women should just look at the things that men are. We're just so simple, dude.
Yeah,
we're just like the most simplest creatures. Last year, I got a list of things that I want, and one of those was steaks. And my kids, they made Daisy went and got the one of the produce styrofoam deals from Publix.
Yeah.
And then made a fake steak and put it in there. And then they gave me, I think it was $35 to Publix.
Yeah.
I still hadn't even used that thing. It's in my truck. But I've been saving it, dude.
Personally, yeah. Steak, even a gift card to a restaurant where probably our family's going to go anyway.
Uh-huh.
I'm at that stage where our kids are all over the place. If we can have a meal together, that's kind of special these days. But even something they need, you mentioned quiet jokingly in some ways, but it could be like, here's a day to go do whatever your hobby is, and I'll take care of everything else, whatever. It's practical. These are things you don't even have to spend money on. I mean, what Nikki and I are doing this year, which I tell her it's a cop-out because I love giving gifts. For I can't tell you how many years, it's like, we're not doing gifts, are we? And then because my birthday's right before Christmas, I often get like birthday money and gifts from people. So I will use that so I don't have to use anything out of our checking account
100%, dude.
to buy her gifts, and then she gets upset.
Yeah.
So over the last couple of years, we've done experiences. So we know like later in the year we might be going somewhere, so we might do something there, special. And so that's what we've kind of done. So to me, that could be a want or a need, because it is a need of time together.
Yeah.
That's special, something unique, something not in the routine that we are always doing. So.
Dude, I even think of a massage. Sometimes it's like, instead of going, your back gets messed up, and then instead of getting so bad, you got to see a chiropractor, all this other stuff. Your muscles get so tense, and then you get full of inflammation, and then your back gets out of whack. Yeah, like I think go to do a deep tissue massage.
Yeah. Sometimes
like that, especially if your job, your employment as a man is like high stressful situation, your shoulders get tense. Go to get a massage, man. Get a couples massage.
Yep.
Do it with your husband so he doesn't have to feel weird.
We've done that as well for like our anniversary and all.
Yeah.
We'll do
I feel weird
massage.
if I go by myself. I'll still go do it. I haven't had a massage in years, but when we did, I used to feel kind of weird. So my wife and I went together.
Yeah.
Like you get a bonus by getting a massage as well, but get a couples massage.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Well, things like that, you don't have to figure out separate gifts.
Uh-huh.
You do that as a
you do it
together
save money.
gift. Yeah.
Be a good steward.
Yeah,
What's
you give
another
them to each other?
What's the other one?
Something to wear.
Oh, draws, bro. I always need draws. But right now, I looked at that's on my list. I hadn't even sent it yet to my family because we're still like in a hotel.
Yeah.
Still in a hotel. And I looked at my draws packing up for whatchamacallit, and I bought new draws a year ago on Christmas. I got new draws. I didn't buy it, but my family did. Man, them draws are wore out. I was like, man, the elastic around my thighs. I was like, man, it's
especially
time
when
to
you're
jump
working out and stuff.
Dude, they ride all up.
Yep.
I'm like, you know what? I need some new draws, and make sure I want 2 packs of them.
Yep.
So I can throw everyone away, and I have 12 of them.
There you go. Yep.
12 packs of draws, dude. I'd be so happy. Yep. I don't have to sort through all my underwear to find the ones that are newer. The elastic is not wore out, and go out because I'm going to sit on a plane.
Well, and the more of course you're going to wash them all, but if you're constantly just the same pair, that's where they're going to wear out as well in the washer and the dryer constantly, because you're having to wash them more often to make sure you got some on hand.
So something to wear. So
see, I would say something for her to wear.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be something that I wear, but
they may not wear it long though.
It's all right. They all work together.
The best clothing is no clothing in my book. So that's me, bro.
Right, but
I'll give you one of my T-shirts. Wear one of my T-shirts, man. That's all I need.
Doesn't have to be for long. But along the serious line, I realized the socks I wear to go work out.
Oh yeah.
I just bought a whole pack, and I think I've got like 3 pairs left. I have no idea where they're
on Tristan's feet.
Probably. I mean, we all wash our clothes separate. Like Nikki and I will wash ours together, but the kids wash their clothes totally separate. So I don't know. But it's just like, I noticed the other day when I was going to Danville, I was packing some stuff to work out in the fitness center, and I'm like, where are all my socks? And I looked through all my drawers, all my the clothes basket where clothes had just been washed, and I could find like 3 pairs out of like a pack of 12. I have no idea. So stuff like that's practical.
Man.
Boxers, socks. Of course, that's the joke. That's what men get. But
I'll add something real quick to that. I think if you don't want to, I think that if you know your guy likes a certain hat, maybe give him a gift card to the place so he can pick out the new hat that he wears. You and I both wear hats. Or a good pullover. A guy, we don't want a bunch of clothes, but like you get a nice pullover, we can wear a T-shirt.
Yep.
And have a pullover, and it's like, we think we just leveled up.
Yep.
So, all right, what's the next one? The 4th one?
Something to read.
Well, I would prefer the Bible. And
Jesus Jude.
I did ask my wife many years ago. I guess it was when we first got married. I like Calvin and Hobbes. So for every Christmas, for
Hardy
like
Boys.
four Christmases, I got Calvin and Hobbes, and then I got a book, The Peanuts, like all the early Charlie Browns. So I enjoy that, but you got to know your husband. I enjoy, and I used to keep that. I'm not allowed to keep it anymore, but I kept it where? What do you think where I kept that to read?
The bathroom?
In the bathroom, pre-cell phones. And so, man, I'd be in the bathroom dying laughing on the toilet, breaking it down.
So something to read, of course. Nikki got me a book, I think, last year from Tim McGraw, and it actually has
Indian Outlaw.
It's got all of his workout routine, and it's got fitness and health stuff. It's a really good book. She got it at like Ollie's for
Ollie's
$5. Something to read. The other thing is, it doesn't have to be something to physically read. Nikki and I, when we take road trips or we're driving somewhere, we will download a audiobook oftentimes and listen to it together. So it could be something like that.
Hey, listen, I got an atlas last year for Christmas off of for the Civil War.
Oh, wow.
So I love like the military stuff like that. I like something I can read, and then it has pictures. You know, I need pictures, bro. So like, yeah, man. So that was cool.
Well, something to read could go back to number one, those coupons.
Coupons, yeah, we can read a coupon. Give us the coupon to read.
And then the final one was just something they want or need, but they don't know it. It's the real surprise package. So
they don't know it.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's something they see. Maybe they see you're wearing raggedy jeans or shoes that are falling apart. And because I know if you're like me, it's like I'll wear stuff till I can't anymore.
So I got years ago, I had that same duffel bag that I put all my stuff in that I've had for many years. It was a Nautica bag, and it was brown. It was like a woven type of material. Excuse me, but I had that since college. And finally, one of the straps broke, and then I zip tied it together, and I had it for years, like even like raggedy, just because I like it, and I'm used to it. And then for my birthday, my wife noticed my bag, obviously, and then she bought me what I have now for the last 5 years, which is a brown bag, just like the same color brown, except for it's Carhartt. Same duffel bag, same style, two handles with a sling bag, and I carry that with me everywhere I go.
Nice.
It has all my gym stuff in it and everything in it, and I was like, she saw the need. She saw, and then she went and did something about it, and that was pretty cool.
Nice.
So, yeah, just know your jeans, even shoes, or if you guys are kind of picky about certain things.
Yeah.
But if you know a guy, if you're listening and your guy, he wears a certain type of shoe all the time, go buy another pair of those shoes. So when they wear out, he's got that same pair in the closet. That's money.
Yep. 100%. Because sometimes those
I like the 100%
styles
too.
may I threw that in there. Sometimes those styles might change or something like that, and they may not be as available. But if you got, I'll do that with some shirts or even jeans that I like that wear really good. That's actually a really good plan. Nikki will get me some cologne sometimes that she likes, that she thinks smells good, and so she may get that for me as a gift, and so that's cool because she likes it, and so
Do you like it? What if to you it smelled like deer urine?
Then I wouldn't wear it. I would just tell her. But most of the time, she's already she's had like a little sample or something in a magazine, and she'll go, "Oh, smell this," and I don't know that she's doing that so that she'll get it because she's not always purchased that, but she's done a couple of things after going, "Hey, you like this?" So
money, dude. Yeah, man. That's awesome. So Christmas coming up. Make sure you get a gift.
I did realize the sign behind me is wrong. I forgot to change that.
Yeah. So if you're watching it
episode
via video,
32, not 31.
32, like Shaquille O'Neal's number. For
the only other thing I would say for Christmas is this is the time that, of course, we celebrate the birth of Jesus, and we know that it is because of his birth to Virgin Mary that he was sinless. And that's what we really celebrate, is the sinless Savior that went to the cross to die for our sins. But also within that, there is really the theme of giving, for God so loved the world that he gave. And, over the last, I'd say maybe month or so, it's that time of the year that you see. And in fact, Nikki and I just watched a couple of documentaries, one about, who was the guy? Murdoch, the big financier. I don't know if you've ever watched what's his first name? We just watched it. Anyway, Bernie Madoff.
I ain't right now.
There's a Netflix, I think it's Netflix documentary. That whole situation was crazy. But anyway, you're in that season of giving, and people are generous and they want to give. And so there's this terminology called a grifter, and those are people who will kind of latch on to various different things. It could be ministry, it could be a number of things, and it's really to swindle people out of their money. And it's they'll utilize things and try to cling to them. They'll see an event happening and they'll want to be a part of it so that they can kind of leverage that for money. And it's really fraud. It's using fraudulent means. It's not being honest in order to get money from people. And so in this season, I think it's a good thing for us as men to really be focused on being gifters, not grifters. Gifting people. Maybe it's our service, maybe it's our physicality, maybe it's financially, but not so much what I can get from people and always asking. There's some ministries, I told you this not too long ago, they're like the Christian radio of ministries and Facebook pages and stuff. It's always fundraising. And then you'll see, we do these little things. And so they'll utilize certain things throughout the year, but it's like, and kind of highlight those. It's like, no, those things should be being seen by people on their own. Like, yes, there are times we highlight what we do, but are people seeing that? Are they seeing the results of that? A grifter goes, I'm going to cling to these things so that I can get money. A gifter is, I'm not worried about how I can get money. I'm going to serve you regardless of whether you can benefit me or not. And I think there's a huge difference in that. And in this season, I think it's good to be reminded. Let's do what we can to gift ourselves to other people, gift our talents to other people, gift our generosity to other people, versus what we can get. Any thoughts on that?
Oh, dude, man, I feel everything that you're saying. Yeah, if you want to give to, usually people, you can get a bonus and all this other stuff, or maybe you own a business or corporation or something like that, organization that you need to give some money up because it's end of the year, tax and all that stuff. Be careful who you give money to. Find, people, and I would say even churches that you know of that are doing really good things. Even individuals, like I know of several people that do really amazing things in the community. And I always think like that's great to support people, that because like you said, you can actually see the fruit. And so if you really can't see the fruit, you're more than likely probably are going to see, when you don't see fruit, you're going to see a lot of lip service, and that's what you're going to see. And so that's like good wisdom, good practice is to look. People are talking a whole lot, and you look, there's no fruit behind it. That's a stay away. I mean, that's like the warning sign. But there are people and there's organizations, and they'll prey upon that. And so be careful with that. And it is the giving season, and I do think that it's better to give than receive. And I think that we've all have received the greatest, whether you're active in this or not active, but we received the greatest gift of all through Jesus. There's no cross without a cradle, and so there has to be that. And so we celebrate that during the season, and so that should cause us, especially if you're a believer, to want to give and find ways to support and all that. And I know there's still people who are displaced, or they're in different environments, and I think that just showing up. And I know we have been the recipient of that as of late. There's been some people in our community, like biblical community, like my wife's like homeschool deal, who have just like taken care of a meal and stuff like that. Not that we really need it because of insurance is covering our meals, but just that act alone was to say, hey, I know it's an adjustment type of thing, and we don't have any Christmas. I mean, it's nothing. I mean, we haven't celebrated really anything. I haven't purchased not one item, so I'm just trying to get back in our house before Christmas, and so just that meant the world, and it could have been $5. It didn't have to be a whole meal. It could have been $5. It could just been. It's just taking the time to do that meant a lot to my wife and them, and but there are people that I know of that are like that, and I know that's what we're trying to do as a family. And something that I try to lead as a man in my home is to give, and for my kids to see it. And I love that what you said about seeing it. You've got to see it. And as men, your kids, your family, they got to see you. They got to see you active in your faith and living it out. They need to see it. They'll be better off. More things are kids kids and even your spouse, like everybody learns more by watching something than you telling them something.
Yeah.
And so, but lip service, there's, and you and I, we both know the same organization that provide a lot of lip service, but the product doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And so in asking for money, you're kind of like, oh man, that's terrible, man. That's false advertising. You're trying to swindle someone. And so that's not a good thing.
Well, I used to work for an organization that I don't give to anymore because they've changed a lot of their programs. And it's like, I know where they get some of their money. And it's like what I used to give towards that I would have given towards that would have gone to certain programs. Those are non-existent anymore. So I'm not supporting that because it just, you're not doing what you or once portrayed.
That's
and
right.
see, people don't know that. They haven't like even publicly gone, hey, we don't do this, this, and this anymore. People think when they're giving towards this organization that it's providing certain services that are no longer even there. So, but see, that's, I think, where you get into that grifting side of things is you're essentially using old mentality and thought process to swindle people with money, and you don't even do those services anymore. So
it's a bait and switch, man.
So I think for all of us, even to be thinking, like, am I doing this to get something in return?
100%.
Or am I doing this to serve people? And I think that's where the true motivation lies.
Yeah. You think about love, I always say love is given preference, but if you do something for somebody and expect to get something in return, or you're doing this to get it, the motive's there, and that's a business decision.
Yeah.
That's not actual love. That's not actual kindness. That's not even being nice. That's none of those things. It is a business decision.
Yeah.
And so we're called as men to love and to lead and to serve and definitely called to serve our families, and we're called to serve the last, the lost, and the least. And so that's a non-negotiable as a man. That's your job. So if you're not doing those things right now as a man, you need to get with the program, repent. And then, hey, us Male Cartel, we give you a slap on the booty and say, "Good job, let's go, let's go." And then there's always makes no sense, Nick, to keep driving down the wrong direction. If you learn something new, turn that car around and go down the right direction.
Yes,
they're gonna praise you. They're not gonna, especially us men. We know a lot of times we're boneheaded. We're slow to get things. Sometimes we have to learn by scraping our knees up. That's how the Lord made us. We're adventurous, and we obviously we cultivate and we lead, and but we're also warriors. And sometimes, man, we run out in battle, even though we know that it's 1 versus 1,000 or 1 versus a polar bear. But we do it. So if you're going down the wrong road, ain't no man gonna beat you up because you turn around.
Right.
Just turn around and go back the wrong direction. Go back to the right direction. And so if you're leading your home wrong, and if you've made some decisions, and if you've been grifting and all that other stuff, then get with the program and let's move forward. Let's go.
Absolutely. Well, Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you have a great Christmas with your family. Take time to not get in the wrapped up in the whole consumerism and the craziness, but to enjoy worshiping Jesus and enjoy your family.
Yep. Feliz la-di-da.
Absolutely. Get 1% better every day.
Yep.
Thank you for joining the Male Cartel podcast. Be sure to subscribe and share to help other men join the cartel. You can also keep up with us on social media and at malecartel.com.